Just letting you know, this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Fringe.
Loaded scene there with Nina. Okay. I'll get to that soon enough. Shall we? Back to the beginning a little bit here. Alright, so I'll start with the premise. This whole thing with this young girl being able to predict death as it goes. A lot of story to build around that. But what I really appreciated is they didn't make it elaborate. How about that? They didn't make like the bomb was elaborate or the death of the guy at the beginning with the construction thing. That was cray-cray, right? But they made her situation very relatable. I appreciate the simplicity of it with this father just simply trying to protect his daughter. And her in return, what she's trying to do is somehow find her purpose and what value she brings with this quasi-curse gift of being able to predict the demise of a human being or anybody for that, right? And then having her try to give them an image, although I still I'm not gonna harp on that too much. Just for what it is, at face value, it's very sweet and it's very touching. And then you have Olivia at the end using the opportune time in that moment, knowing that that could have been her last moments, which I think is reflective of what the little girl's intentions were, to say her "I love you" to Nina. I like that, and I think the way I expressed it may be a little confusing, but I think you get it. I hope you get it. So I really appreciated that. And then having Peter tell Walter of his capabilities, what he's seen with Walter, and if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty much what Walter had done with Christopher Lloyd's character in that really cray-cray episode. I like that touchback where it gets you to remember what has already been done, and Peter showing that Walter, and that Walter then adapting to what we've already seen before, done differently in a different timeline. Cool stuff there. Let's move a little forward. There's a part that I really enjoyed with Olivia and Broyles. Just how protective Broyles is of Olivia. You know how much I love this father-like dynamic that they have together, and down to the point where he continuously keeps urging her and encouraging her to take some time, protect herself, get extra detail on her. I very much love that between them. It's very wholesome. Okay, so then we have the scene, which will lead up to the final scene there for me to comment on, of the initial somewhat accusation-ish from Olivia to Nina about experimentation on children and how could they do that and so forth and so on. And it's Nina's reaction to her, and then taking into account what I think I'm perceiving from the last scene of episode 9, just this duality of a Nina who's a mother figure to Olivia, but then on the side is doing things that seem nefarious. And I say seem because I'm wondering if it's really just that. It's surface POV of something bad, but maybe it's something that could be good. If I'm going to, because right now, I'm going to be honest, so far, halfway through this season, you're showing me a Broyles that's partnered with a villain-like character, and now you're showing me a Nina that's doing things to her own daughter-like, that's now making me wonder if she's planned this. Like, okay, the migraines, she seemed surprised that Olivia had the migraines, but is she surprised? Because right after that, I've got this drug that you can use. So was she just waiting for Olivia to admit to these migraines so that she can introduce organically this supposed drug? Or, and that's what's so amazing with this character and this actress and how she portrays it, Or it really just could be in that moment, she maybe did not know the effects that whatever they're doing to her was to that degree until Olivia tells her, and she maybe really does have some kind of drug to help her with the migraines. Like, it's what it gets you to think of. Maybe, it's like you don't want to go thinking that far, but if you don't, you feel like you're missing out on the clues of what's to come or what could happen. That could be bad or maybe good. It's all over. It's all over the place, and it really can get me spinning. But I'm been practicing not to go too far there. So if I had to kind of just give you a farmer's bed of things, of just like, okay, where am I leaning? Am I leaning more that it is nefarious intentions that aren't that great, no matter how much she seems to care about Olivia? Or really, they could be doing something, like when I mean they, I mean Nina, Broyles, Jones. Maybe they are working on something that could be actually good for helping the universes, and it just seems like it's not from the standpoint, but maybe it is good. Cross my fingers it is. And how's it going to tie in with Peter trying to get back to his timeline? Since that's also up for question based on the commentary left. It seems as if his timeline in and of itself is vulnerable to whatever's happening anyway. Vulnerable to even be around or be possible to even get back to, which I kind of don't want to entertain because it just means, his Olivia, he won't get his Olivia. Okay, let me just see other scenes. Aside from the tragic ending with this young girl seeing how she dies of a stroke. And although it is a tad bit cliche to have her see her own death as like the final act, I like how they did it. Again, making it personable with her and her father, which they beautifully established at the beginning of the episode. That closeness and that bond, and seeing that he couldn't protect her from the very thing she foresaw in that case. Now, the whole thing with the bomber, it is what it is. It served its purpose. If anything, it served for Olivia to have her appreciation of her life and trying to see any possibility of stopping an eventuality, which then brings into question, or which brought in the scene of Peter telling her that whatever the observers have told you, they've experienced. So, the question, can you change fate if it's already occurred? There's just so much of it in this episode that I can't really articulate right now, because even just the explanation that I think I've understood, but I'd rather let you summarize it if you're willing. The explanation that Walter gives about what is happening to the girl, right? Events of the future vibrating backwards, and she's like a receiver picking up on it through visions and then drawing it out, and that takes a toll on her own physical body, leading to her own death. And you just put everything that he's trying to describe about the observers, because I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for an official description from the show with lines from a character as to how this time travel, well, it's not time travel apparently. So I'm not in the know of, despite some sci-fi books I've read here and there, which I don't fully always understand anyway. It's the heart of the story I'll stick to most of the time, not necessarily those details. So if you, as a viewer, have been watching this show a gazillion times and you have perfected, you've perfected how you explain to a normie like me what Peter described about the observers, if you've perfected an explanation that you are confident I'll understand, please leave it in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. And if it's many of you, I would love to see a variation of an explanation about the observers and them, and how they experience time. It's like I kind of get it and I just don't. I swear that's a t-shirt. I should make that t-shirt for shows like Fringe. I kind of get it, but I just don't. I think I'm going to make that t-shirt. I do make t-shirts here and there for clients, so I think I will for myself. Maybe for season 5. Note that. Okay. All right. I think that's it for now. I'll leave the rest for you to tell me what you appreciated, what you liked about this episode. You know, what worked for you, maybe what didn't work for you, because I do love reading comments of those of you who have your qualms with aspects of the plot, the writing, even performance, what thereof. I do like reading those different perspectives. So go on ahead and do so if you're so willing. So there you have it. Those are my afterthoughts about episode 10, Forced Perspective from the 4th season of Fringe. And if you want early access to my reactions to Fringe, way earlier than what you're seeing here on YouTube, join my club at ashamediatvclub.com. Details or link is in the description box for you. All right, people. Until episode 11. Peace out. Yeah. I'm cheesy, I know.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.